For many years, I lived with a discomfort that seemed never-ending. Constant constipation, abdominal bloating, painful gas that showed up without warning. I tried everything: medications, herbal infusions, diets. Nothing seemed to give me lasting relief. Until one day, someone told me about something so simple that, honestly, I doubted it. They said, "Drink this glass, just one, and wait 10 minutes." I did it, and I'm not exaggerating. Something in my body changed, as if a door inside me that had been closed for years suddenly opened. It wasn't magic. It was natural science. Today I want to tell you clearly what's in that glass, why it works, and how it can help you too. If you've been feeling heavy for a while, with slow digestion, if going to the bathroom is difficult, or if your stomach always seems bloated, this video is for you. And no, I'm not going to sell you any product. You don't need to buy supplements or expensive pills. This remedy doesn't come in bottles or with commercial labels. It's something completely natural, affordable, and you can make it at home with ingredients you probably already have. It's a simple mix but powerful, and when you take it at the right time, it can cleanse your colon surprisingly quickly and effectively. That said, I don't want you to leave with exaggerated expectations. It's not miraculous, but if you do it right and consistently, you could notice a significant change in your overall well-being. So if you're looking for a way to improve your digestion, feel lighter, reduce that discomfort in your belly, and above all, gain more energy each day, stay with me. In the next few minutes, I'll explain how it works, when you should take it, and how to keep your colon clean for longer. But before we start, I'd love to know more about you. How old are you? From which country or city are you watching me? Leave it in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. Now then, let's go to the first point. Why should you cleanse your colon? To understand why this natural remedy can change your well-being so much, we first have to talk about the colon. And no, you don't need to be a doctor or understand complicated terms. You only need to know one basic thing. The colon is like the body's trash bin. Everything your body doesn't need, what it can't absorb or digest, ends up there. And if you don't cleanse it regularly, it starts to build up. Think of the colon as a pipe. If you let it fill with residue for weeks or even months, what happens? It gets clogged, it hardens, it fills with waste that should have left a long time ago. And that starts to take a toll on you. Many older people believe that feeling slow, heavy, or low energy is just an age thing. But the truth is that, in many cases, their colon is saturated, working at half capacity and affecting the rest of the body. A dirty colon doesn't just cause constipation, it can slow your digestion. It can keep nutrients from being absorbed properly. It can make you feel gassy all the time, even if you haven't eaten much. It can even affect your skin, which becomes duller, drier, less vibrant. Have you ever woken up feeling more tired than when you went to bed? Looked in the mirror and noticed your face looks dull, without glow, as if it lacked life? Many times, that's not lack of sleep. It's your body trying to tell you that inside, something isn't right. A colon full of toxins can slowly poison your whole system. The body tries to compensate, but there comes a point when it can't anymore. And that's when silent symptoms appear. Constant fatigue, headaches, trouble concentrating, belly inflammation, and that uncomfortable feeling of always being full, even if you've eaten very little. I'll tell you about the case of Rose, a woman of 78 years who had lived with chronic constipation for more than 10 years. She tried laxatives, diets, and supplements. Some worked for a few days, but the discomfort returned. Until her granddaughter shared a simple, natural recipe with only 3 ingredients. Rose wasn't expecting miracles, but she tried it. By the 3rd day of drinking that glass in the mornings, her bowel movements regulated. Her abdomen stopped swelling, she could rest better at night, and in her own words, "I felt like my body was breathing inside." As the weeks passed, her skin improved, her energy increased, and for the first time in a long time, she stopped being afraid to eat. It wasn't luck, It was cleansing. When you cleanse your colon naturally, you help the rest of your body function as it should. You eliminate excess toxins trapped in the intestinal walls. You give your organs a break so they no longer have to fight against a constant overload. And best of all, you don't need strong medicines or expensive treatments. You just need to know what to take, how to do it, and to be a little consistent. There's an uncomfortable truth many people prefer to ignore. The colon doesn't always give direct warnings when something is wrong. Its signals are often subtle, silent, so common that most people confuse them with the passage of time or with simple everyday discomforts. But if you pay attention, your body always speaks. One of the first warning signs is a constant feeling of heaviness. It doesn't matter if you had a light breakfast or barely ate at midday. You feel full, bloated, as if you were carrying a stone in your stomach, sometimes even without having eaten anything. Another very common sign is a swollen belly, that uncomfortable bulge many people attribute to age or lack of exercise. But often, that swelling isn't fat. It's an accumulation of waste that hasn't left. It's residue retained for days, even weeks. Chronic bad breath is another clue. You can brush your teeth, use mouthwash, even avoid certain foods. But if your colon is saturated, internal gases and toxins begin to travel up the digestive tract, and your breath reflects it. It isn't a mouth problem, it's a reflection of the intestine. Then there are frequent headaches, those nagging headaches that appear for no apparent reason. Many times they have nothing to do with stress or tension. When the body is overloaded with toxins, it starts to fail at eliminating waste, and the brain responds with pain. And of course, we can't forget slow digestion after eating very little. You eat a salad or a small portion of rice, and you feel full for hours. You feel like your stomach isn't moving, like it just sits there, stalled. This is a classic sign of a sluggish, saturated intestine that has collapsed over time. Most people give these signals a name, old age, but that's not always the case. I'm going to tell you about Mr. Ernest. He is 76 years old, a calm man who was always careful with his diet. But in recent years he began to feel exhausted. He thought it was normal. He slept more than 8 hours, but woke up fatigued. His belly grew for no clear reason. His trips to the bathroom were increasingly difficult. And worst of all, he had lost his appetite completely. It was his daughter-in-law who insisted on taking him to the doctor. After several tests, they found no serious illness. Just a simple diagnosis: slow intestine, saturated colon, trapped digestion. They recommended some changes in his diet and a natural cleanse with basic ingredients. In less than 2 weeks, Mr. Ernest was sleeping better again. He regained his appetite, and that tired expression he wore on his face disappeared. Do you know what he said? "I thought I was getting old, but what was happening was that my body was asking for help." And that's the key. Your body may be telling you the same thing right now. Maybe you think the tiredness you feel is normal, that a bloated belly is part of aging. That slow digestion is something you must accept. But that's not always so. Sometimes the only thing your body needs is a deep, natural, well-done cleanse. And that's where this simple glass I'm telling you about comes in. Now that you understand why it's so important to keep your colon clean and what the warning signs are, we've reached the part many of you were waiting for. What's in this natural glass that can help you cleanse your body from the inside? The best part is you don't need hard-to-find ingredients or pricey products. You only need 4 things you probably already have at home. The first ingredient is lemon juice. Lemon isn't just a fruit for flavor. It's a powerful natural detoxifier. It helps stimulate the liver, one of the most important organs for eliminating toxins. In addition, its gentle acidity activates gastric juices and improves digestion. When taken in the morning on an empty stomach, lemon prepares your digestive system to work better throughout the day. The second ingredient is flaxseed or chia seeds. Both are excellent. Choose the one you like more or the one you have on hand. When mixed with water, flaxseed forms a kind of natural gel that helps carry away residue stuck in the colon. It's as if it gently sweeps the intestinal walls. Chia works similarly, and both are rich in fiber, which stimulates bowel movement and promotes healthy digestion. The third ingredient is warm water. Not cold, not hot, warm. This temperature helps relax the intestine and activates intestinal transit gently but effectively. It's a simple tool that boosts the effect of the other ingredients. Warm water also hydrates and helps flush out retained toxins. And the fourth ingredient is optional: pure honey or grated ginger. Honey helps soften the mix, gives it a more pleasant taste, and also has natural anti-inflammatory properties. Ginger, for its part, is a digestive stimulant. It helps reduce gas, calms inflammation in the digestive tract, and improves circulation in the abdomen. You can use one or the other, or even both if you like. Now then, how exactly do you prepare this glass? Very easy. In 1 glass of warm water, squeeze the juice of half a lemon. Add 1 tablespoon of flaxseed or chia seeds. Stir well and let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes so the seeds release their natural gel. Then add 1 teaspoon of pure honey or a pinch of grated ginger, according to your preference. Stir once more and drink it all, slowly but steadily. And when should you take it? Ideally in the morning, on an empty stomach before breakfast. Wait about 20 or 30 minutes before eating anything else. You can do it 2 or 3 times a week, or even 5 days in a row if you feel your body needs it. But it's not something you should do every day for months. Remember, too much of anything, even something natural, can be counterproductive and very important. If you have serious intestinal diseases like ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, or if you're undergoing treatment for a serious digestive issue, talk to your doctor before trying any natural remedy. Not all bodies respond the same, and it's better to be cautious. This remedy is for people seeking gentle, natural, safe support, not an extreme or immediate solution. It's not an aggressive laxative. It's a gentle way to help your body cleanse itself. After drinking this natural glass, many people experience changes that may seem small at first, but are actually signs that something important is happening inside the body. The first of these effects is usually an increased need to go to the bathroom. Sometimes it happens at 20 or 30 minutes. In other cases, it can take a little longer, depending on the person. But the truth is, this mix activates intestinal movement naturally. It doesn't cause pain, it doesn't create extreme urgency like an artificial laxative would, but it does make it easier for your body to eliminate what was being held back. It's as if suddenly, everything began to flow again. The second thing many people notice is immediate relief from abdominal inflammation. That feeling of being bloated, with a hard belly and tight pants, starts to disappear. The body releases gas, the intestinal muscles relax, and little by little that uncomfortable pressure begins to fade. It's physical relief, but also emotional. And with that relief comes a third sensation: lightness. Feeling lighter isn't just a matter of weight. It's as if something unblocked inside. You move more freely, you breathe better, and that heaviness that seemed to follow you every day starts to vanish. Many even say they feel more energy, as if their body stopped spending so much effort fighting against accumulated load. And here's something very interesting. Some also report changes in mood. Yes, cleansing your colon can help you feel more upbeat, more positive, in a better mood. Why? Because the digestive system is deeply connected to the brain. When your intestine frees itself of toxins, the body reduces inflammation, improves nutrient absorption, and that directly impacts your emotional balance. I'm going to tell you about Mrs. Martha. She is 74 years old. She had spent almost a decade feeling tired, dim, with no desire to go out or to talk. She said nothing interested her anymore. She thought it was age, or perhaps years of accumulated stress and pain. Her granddaughter made this remedy for her, and at first, Martha resisted. But she drank it. Once, then again. And on the third day, not only was her belly less bloated, she also started to smile more, to go out for walks, to chat with her neighbors. One day, standing in front of the mirror, she said something her family will never forget. "I feel like when I was 50. Of course, it wasn't just the glass. It was what that glass represented. The first step toward a cleaner body, a more balanced body, and a more awake mind. It's important to clarify that not everyone reacts the same. Some people feel the change almost immediately, others take a few days, and a few may need to adjust the mix or pair it with other habits. But the most important thing is to try consciously and observe how your body responds. Now I'll ask you directly. Have you ever tried something similar? Would you like to try it? Imagine what it would be like to wake up without that heaviness, without that constant discomfort, without that daily struggle to feel well. Now that you know the remedy and what it can do for you, there's a question you should ask yourself. How do I keep my colon clean without always depending on a special glass? The answer lies in something you have within reach every day: your food and your habits. The human body is a wise machine, but like any machine, it needs constant care. If you cleanse your colon with this remedy, but then go back to a diet full of sugars, flours, and processed foods, the results won't last long. So, what can you do to help your body stay clean from the inside? The first step is to increase fiber in your diet. Fiber is the intestine's natural food. It helps move waste along, regulates transit, and prevents everything from getting stuck. You can find it in fruits like apple, pear, kiwi, also in vegetables like broccoli, spinach, or raw carrot. And of course in legumes and whole grains. You don't need extreme changes. It's enough to add 1 portion of fiber to every meal. The second step is to reduce white flours. White bread, traditional pasta, and packaged pastries are silent enemies of the colon. They stick, they accumulate, and they make the digestive systems work harder. You don't have to eliminate them completely, but you can cut back and opt for whole grain or more natural versions. The third step, drink more water. Water is vital. Without it, fiber can't do its job. Think of your intestine as a sponge. If it's dry, everything stops. But if you hydrate it well, movement activates and waste can leave easily. 1 glass upon waking, another before each meal, and 1 more in the afternoon can make a big difference. And don't forget the fourth step. Limit processed sugars. Sweets, cookies, sodas, and everything that comes in shiny packages tends to inflame the colon, alter the gut flora, and weaken your digestive system. It's not about banning everything, but about minding the amounts. Sweetness can also come from fruit, natural honey, or homemade preparations. Now then, diet isn't everything. There are also daily habits that can help more than you imagine. One of them is walking every day. You don't need to run or go to the gym. A 20 or 30-minute walk helps activate the abdominal muscles, improves circulation, and stimulates intestinal movement. When the body moves, it also mobilizes what's stuck inside. Another essential habit is sleeping well. During deep sleep, the body repairs itself, and the digestive system takes the opportunity to do its job more efficiently. If you sleep poorly, your whole body gets disorganized. Try to keep regular hours, avoid screens before bedtime, and create a calm environment in your room. Lastly, avoid heavy meals at night. Eating late and having very fatty or abundant dishes forces the colon to work when it should be resting. That interrupts the body's natural cleansing cycle. Opt for light dinners, a soup, steamed vegetables, a gentle herbal tea, and you'll notice the difference. All this may seem like a lot, but in reality, they're small decisions that add up. A change here, another there, and suddenly, your body starts to respond. Because caring for your colon isn't a fad, it isn't a passing diet or a social media trend. It's a way of loving yourself from the inside out. When you do this for yourself, you don't just improve your digestion. You also boost your energy, your mood, your mental clarity, even your state of mind. And remember, if you don't take care of your body today, tomorrow your body will remind you. Now that we've come to the end of this video, let's take a moment to recap. What you learned today isn't a miracle recipe, but it is a powerful tool. A natural glass made with simple ingredients like lemon, flaxseed, warm water, and honey or ginger that can help you release toxins, ease inflammation, improve your digestion, and in many cases, bring back that sense of lightness you thought you'd lost. You don't need to spend money on expensive products. You don't need complicated formulas or extreme treatments either. You only need willpower, consistency, and one small step each day. Because caring for the body starts with small, yet steady, decisions. Maybe today, you realized you've been ignoring your body's signals. Maybe you understood that heaviness, that fatigue, that gas, or that bloating aren't normal. They aren't an inevitable part of aging. They're the way your body asks for help. And this glass can be that first act of self-love. If your digestion feels slow, if you suffer from constipation, or if abdominal inflammation has become part of your routine, don't let it slide. Don't wait for the problem to grow. Your body deserves to be clean, free, functioning as it should. Give it a try. One single glass. Notice how you feel. And if you see positive changes, keep going. Little by little, without rushing, your body will thank you. And now I want to hear from you. Do you identify with what we talked about today? Do you suffer from constipation or frequent bloating? Did you already know about this natural remedy? Or is this the first time you've heard of it? Would you be willing to try it? Leave your answer in the comments. I love reading what you think, what you live, what you feel. This channel is here to accompany you, not just to give you information. And of course, if you liked this video, if you felt you learned something new, if you want to keep receiving helpful content for your health, your well-being, and your peace of mind, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell. That way you won't miss any of the upcoming videos we're preparing with all our heart. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking care of yourself. See you very soon.